What's up? It's Scott Davidson from Rebel Radio. My new friend, Jenny Douglas. She's from 5B Artist Management, and she got some great bands they're pushing. Jenny, how's it going today?
Good. Beautiful sunny California here, calling in. So, yeah, great.
So things are great. Here in Chicago, not so great. It's lightning, thunder, some rain. Cancel a lot of shows today, but that's how it goes here in the Midwest, right?
Right. Well, we just had a Monomarth and Pantera roll through Chicago.
I was there.
So the show was epic.
What a great show. You weren't here, though. You were in L.A., right?
I was in LA, yeah. So I saw the footage. It looked awesome.
You saw it.
It was a huge market for a Monomarth, so they were stoked to play.
So Monomarth, we've been playing since day one. I've seen it at the Riv, the Vic, House of Blues in Chicago, now at the World Theater, which is awesome to see. So a great, great path for Monomarth. You guys are doing a great job getting them to in front of people, and their numbers are picking up big time, right? For the show, especially play. It had to be like 6,000-7,000 last week, maybe more. I don't know. I didn't hear the numbers, but it was a good show. Great show.
They definitely went. I've been with the company since 2016, so they've definitely gone from House of Blues type theater clubs to now arena levels, and they're playing small arenas in the United States. And they did a show here in Los Angeles, and they sold it out at 6,000. And
wow!
There's a small arena here called the Forum. Yeah. So it's definitely taken off, and they're a Swedish Viking metal band. So who knew that metal would be bigger than it is now than ever?
Yes. It's crazy. So a Monomarth, 6,000 people sold out in advance in LA, which means they could have did more people. A lot of people are pissed off, probably walk up there going, oh man, I should have bought tickets ahead of time. But that's a great turnout. And they were the headliner, right?
Yeah, they were headlining. Yeah, and they're going to go back to the Kia Forum with Pantera.
Oh man.
August 27th. So if you live in the Los Angeles area, please come see them. And you can catch a Monomarth on the Pantera tour across the United States right now.
Now you're going to be at that show for sure, right?
Yep, I'll be at that show. Yeah.
Now you were telling me some of the bands you like. You like a lot of heavy stuff. Rebel Radio fits right up your alley, and all the bands you manage, you help with. We play them all in heavy rotation. We got King Diamond, Merciful Fate. We just had a Monomarth, Behemoth, Trivium. You got King Diamond and Merciful Fate, which is great because both those bands are killer. And what other bands you guys got?
Yeah, so our management company is called 5B Artist Management, and it stands for the 5 boroughs of New York, because that's where it started.
Oh, wow.
And we've got Slipknot, we've got Lamb of God, we've got Pennywise, Flogging Molly, and then all the artists that we just named I work for, and then we've got a few smaller acts like Blood Incantation, Orbit Culture, and Unto Others. And we're hoping to help make those small acts a little bit bigger. So if you could start putting those guys in rotation, that would be great for us.
Already are. Unto Others, we've got rotation. Blood Incantation, heavy rotation. They just played 1 week ago today in a cemetery. And I played softball, 16 in softball in Chicago. So I had a softball game, so I missed it. I'm kicking myself in the ass. I should have had someone filling for me. But I missed a show. Did you hear about that show, the cemetery show last Thursday?
Yeah, and apparently over 2,500 people showed up.
Damn.
So that's quite the numbers for a cemetery, you know?
And I was playing softball in Chicago, but it was at the same time, so I would have got like a half hour. I would have seen like a half hour side. She'll should have went though. I'm kicking myself in the ass for not going because I may never see a show in a cemetery again like that. Right.
Well, Blood Incantation is definitely is picking up, and NPR called that the album of the year last year. So just check them out if you haven't heard of them, and listen to Rebel Radio for Blood Incantation too. So
yeah, we had them number one on our charts for a while, for probably about 4 or 5 weeks straight. So that was awesome. Great job on that band as well. So 5B Artist Management. What if there's a band out there they want to send their package, to be managed by you guys? Who they send it to?
Oh, you can send that to hello@5bam.com, and just be forewarned. If you're not ready for your band to
go on tour
the world nonstop for the next 100 years, we're not the management company for you. So we definitely make a lot of our money on touring, but we also want to give you longevity. So that's a great example with King Diamond and Merciful Fate. King Diamond's getting up there in age. He doesn't want to tour a ton. He wants to be home with his kid.
Yep.
So we try and make sure that all your paperwork is in order, like your catalog, so you can make your mailbox money. And then if you want to get into anything else, like little figurines or statues or something like that, that's what our management company can help you with, so that you can be making that publishing money and that extra income, not touring if you don't want to tour. So yeah, we're going to do everything we possibly can for you, and any outlandish idea you think that's not possible, we can make it possible. And like a great example of that is like Behemoth wanted to do dog food for the single God equals dog. We made that happen, and Behemoth wanted to do an art show, so we made an art show happen across the world, in Poland, in Berlin, in New York, and LA. So, and like whatever crazy ideas you can come up with, we will help you execute them. So that's like a big part of our management company, is like we want to help you succeed.
Now, Jenny, you started in 2016. Your 10-year anniversary is coming up next year. What did you do before working for 5B Artist Management?
I actually started doing sound in 2002, and I mostly did front of house, which means that's the audio for the concert audience.
That's cool.
And then I picked up tour managing along the road when I was out with a band called In This Moment.
Yep.
Because the bass player at the time didn't want to also collect the money. So then I learned how to do that, and I had tour managers and sound guys like Joel Lonke on Rob Zombie and Bruce Leiter on Static X. Like we were out with all those bands, and we did Ozfest, and those guys were all out there for me to ask questions to. So then I started tour managing, and then I got into production managing with the band New Found Glory. And so it all just sort of spiraled from there. So now there's not one job on the tour that I can't do.
That's cool.
I don't particularly like lighting, but in a pinch
you could do it.
Do that for you. Yeah. So I was a tour manager in a front of house before 5B, and then I was just looking for something different to come off the road, and then 5B had an opening, and so I jumped in, and I've been there ever since.
Wow. So you do sound, you do everything.
Yeah.
Do you play?
You name it, I can do it. VIP.
Can you do
all that stuff?
Do you play guitar and bass and drums too?
I don't. That's why I got into sound. I was
Okay.
much better at pushing the button for the reverb and delay than I was playing any sort of music. So to this day, you definitely don't want to hear me play any music, but I'm there. I can do your audio, no problem.
I bet you were, on some tours you had maybe guitar tech or bass tech or something, right? No?
Yeah, I'm actually guitar tech for a band called Thrice on a one-off in Lake Tahoe.
Okay.
So hopefully we came out of that unscathed. Yeah.
We're talking to Jenny Douglas. She works with 5B Artist Management, some great bands, Amon Amarth, Behemoth, Trivium, Slipknot. I remember talking to the original Slipknot manager who unfortunately passed away. I forgot his name now. Damn. Yeah, and I'll find it and look it up and I'll send it to you. Oh, man, I think he passed away from a brain aneurysm or something crazy. Great guy too. He was calling me like regular, on a regular basis when they first, broke out here. We were the first one to play them in Chicago, and still playing to this day. So that's doing a great job for that band as well. So when you're putting a band on tour, you got to make sure the logistics are all set up. You can't, they got to get there by the next day sometimes. Sometimes you got a day off. Are you doing that too as well for these bands?
Yeah, my specific title at the company is called the touring director.
Wow.
So I do all the immigration, I do buses, trucks, logistics, I do all that stuff. So basically, like, once you book your tour, and once I see the tour dates, I go to the bus company, say, here's the routing, and then the band decides, like, which bus company they want to go with. They didn't like this one, they like that one, and then we pick out a truck. They didn't like this truck, they like that truck. So all that stuff, I'm the pre-production guy, and I'm behind the scenes pushing the band forward all the time. So while the band is out on the road, all that paperwork they have to do to keep the tours coming up for, like, the next tour, I try to be like 10 steps ahead.
Wow.
So that when they're on the tour, they're performing their music, they're performing their best. They can exercise and just focus on playing and writing new songs. And then I'm the guy that's dealing with all the bullshit that nobody wants to deal with in the office for them. So yeah, that's my role. Now,
what if you're booking tours and all of a sudden they go, Jenny, Amon Amarth tour manager just can't do the tour now. They got something happen. You might have to jump in, right? You got to be you're like on call at all times, or no?
I am. I actually jumped in for Merciful Fate whenever they did Psycho Las Vegas because the tour manager of that tour had a visa delay in the UK. It was right when we were voting for a new president, and his visa got stuck, so we had to send him to London, so he didn't make his flight in time. So I flew to Las Vegas, and then I tour managed the whole entire week and a half while they were out there doing Psycho Las Vegas.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I can jump in anytime, yeah.
That's cool. That's great to have. It's like a baseball team. You see, you're not a pitcher, but you could play first base, second base, third base, shortstop, catcher, outfield, do it all. That's cool. That's great to have.
Jack of all trades, master of none, they say, right?
No, but you're mastering the whole schedule and stuff too. That's awesome.
Yeah.
We're talking to Jenny Douglas. She works for 5B Artist Management. We're going to play a double dose of 2 of your songs. Not double dose, but 2 songs of 2 different bands coming up. And all the bands you said you liked, that your favorites, we play in like heavy rotation here at Rebel Radio. So that's cool. You're going to like our station, rebelradio.com in California. We do get requests from California, all over the world too. And very great to be working with you now. And thanks to Nickel Sack Jack for hooking up this interview. And thanks to you for calling in.
Yeah, no problem. And a shout out to Trivium, who listen all the way in Orlando, Florida.
That's cool.
The guy who mentioned your radio station was Corey Blue.
Corey, yes.
Yeah. And so he's got a signature ESP model coming out soon, so you can check that out.
Awesome. That's very cool. So you guys work on all that stuff, from booking the bands to getting them in radio stations, more radio. Amon Amarth, is that, I mean, it's amazing to see them go from, it said House of Blues to 6,000, selling out. That's awesome to see. That's a lot of hard work behind the scenes. Of course, the band, but the management company, scheduling interviews and doing stuff like that. Very cool. Actually, I had an interview last week. She was a singer for Guar, and she's dating the guitar player from Amon Amarth. And she called in last week, and she said she'd be at the show on Saturday, but that place was packed, so I didn't find her. But it was very cool. She plays in Guar, and she plays a new band called The Burned Over.
Yeah, okay.
The Burned Over, they're called. Their new band. That's what she was calling for. But the more we talked, she said, "Yeah, I'm gonna be in Chicago Saturday." I go, "Are you playing?" "No, she thought my boyfriend's playing in Amon Amarth." So that was cool. So,
right, and that's Kim Dilla, and you can check her out online. She does custom rockwear for all bands and wrestlers. So if you need something for your stage wear, you can check out her website.
Dang, you're on it. You're on all of it, right? Nothing is by you. That's cool. You're doing a great job.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Kim Dilla, that's her name, and she does. Yeah, she was talking about the custom stage wear, and she sings for a couple different bands. And that's very cool. So, Jenny, what do you see for the future of metal? You were saying earlier, right now, 2025, July 24th. Metal is as big as it's ever been. I mean, it's getting Metallica keeps selling out stadiums all over the place. Football stadiums, like, Soldiers Field, 70,000 plus people. Pretty cool to see. And they bring Pantera with them and other bands. So it's very cool to see. When I first started Rebel Radio in '94, they were saying, "Oh, you should do alternative, grunge, this and that." I'm like, "No, I'm doing what I know and what I love. I'm not gonna do something, that I don't love, But it came back. But for a few years, though, they were saying, even Metal Blade Records, they were saying, "Yeah, they told us to change the name from Metal Blade to something else." I said, "No, we're sticking to what we got." And good thing they did. I mean, is Amon Amarth still a Metal Blade?
Yeah, they sure are. Yeah.
Yes. So great job by Metal Blade, too, for Amon Amarth, as well as 5B Artist Management. What new bands do you see breaking out? Like you said, Blood Incantation is definitely taken off from Colorado, right? What part of Colorado? Is it Denver, or what part of Colorado are they from?
Yeah, I think so. I think they're from Denver, yeah.
Denver, Colorado. They just played here 1 week ago at a cemetery. Was that their idea, or was that the promoter's idea for the cemetery?
You know what? I'm not sure where that idea came from, but those
cool.
guys are proud to play things that are outside the box.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to book Blood Incantation in a cave, please holler at us. They will absolutely do it.
That sounds pretty cool, too. Some bats will be flying around. We need Ozzy to eat them, to bite their heads off. So,
Rest in peace, Ozzy, also, by the way.
Yes.
What a great guy, a nice fella. We did a tour in 2017, I think. No, it was 2007, Within This Moment, and Ozzy Osbourne, and it was a super great time, and he was very friendly, and Sharon was so nice to us. So
he was, from what I was told, he was cool to everybody. I mean, you see him on the TV show, right, of course, but Osbourne's, but he was cool to everybody. He was nice to everybody, and everyone loved him. I don't know anybody who does not like Ozzy, right?
Agreed. Yeah, exactly. Yep. So nice to us on the tour. Yep.
Rest in peace, Ozzy Osbourne. That's so cool to see. He got one last show. They raised $190 million. He didn't make a penny, and all the money went to charities. That was so awesome. What a great that to me. That's one of the greatest shows of metal coming up. Last. I can't remember a bigger show. Can you?
No, I can't.
Huge.
And then
so much
also,
press.
like what happened to the Ozfest and the Mayhems, and then all those traveling festivals that are now gone. So,
yeah.
So I hope that everyone realizes that this Black Sabbath Back to the Beginning show, everyone realizes that, metal is bigger than it's ever been right now, and we're starving for it, and we have our own festival called Knotfest with 5D Artist Management as well.
Oh, cool.
To try and give you that little taste of, like, what Ozfest used to be now. So if you're in the area for Ozfest, you go to the Knotfest in Iowa, but we've got Knotfest in over 13 countries now, so please check out Knotfest, and it's people too, like Jamie Wimmer, like with
Yep.
Incarceration and Sonic Temple and Aftershock and like all those festivals that are keeping metal alive. So if you get a chance to check out those festivals, please go.
Support 'em.
They're literally feeding me if you check out those festivals. So.
So Knotfest, it started off in Iowa, of course, right where they're from, and then it did so good. They did the California, and then they did overseas. So that's going to be something more in the future too of Knotfest, right?
Yeah, I hope so, and I hope that it becomes a traveling festival. But the numbers don't lie, right? If people don't show up, the festival can't travel. So
You got it, yeah.
Come to Knotfest if you can, or go to Aftershock if you can. It's like that Thursday for Aftershock was like the heaviest day on Earth, right? It was like
Yes.
Slayer and Gojira. It was a stacked lineup. So come to the shows if you can. So.
Definitely. Jenny, thank you so much for calling Rebel Radio. What do you want to say to people here in Chicago, Wisconsin, around the world before I let you go?
Oh, stay heavy, in the words of King Diamond. Keep listening to metal music, and we'll see you at the next show.
All right, so you picked two songs. We picked the new Amon Amarth song, We Rule the Waves, right?
Yes, everybody go learn the words so you can sing it at the next show.
That's cool.
And you can Viking row in the mosh pit. We love to see that.
Awesome. And they're coming now. I just saw them in Chicago. Well, actually, it was Tiffany Park, which is, I don't know, 20, 30 miles south of Chicago. Now I'm going to go see them again in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, coming up in August. And I believe that's August 6th, a Wednesday maybe.
Okay, yeah, great.
So
great.
it's cool.
Yeah.
So
it's at the Summerfest area, so that stadium where these do Summerfest, so please come to that, yeah.
yeah, exact same place. Family Insurance Center, Amphitheater, I think it's called. So, yeah. So we cover that range on AM/FM as well too. So it's great to have that tour coming through. What a great tour for Amon Amarth, Pantera, direct support for Pantera. So I'm sure hopefully the album sales are picking up for Amon Amarth after this tour, right?
Yeah, hopefully. And then, this is a new single, so maybe there's a new album coming. Hopefully we can get that lined up. But yeah, August 6th at the Summerfest American Family Insurance Amphitheater. Come see it. And shout out to Trixie Mattel, one of my all-time favorite Wisconsinites.
Cool. Shout out. All right, Jenny, I'm going to have you be the DJ here, okay? We're going to play two songs. You picked Trivium. What song did you pick for Trivium?
Oh, this one is called Dying in My Arms, and you might have seen it on the last co-headline with Bullet for My Valentine and Trivium.
Yes, that was at the Aragon.
They did the Ascendancy album in full. So I freaking love this song. Spin it on Spotify or Apple Music, wherever you ingest your music.
That's going to be second. Now, that show came in Chicago at the Aragon Ballroom, and the place was sold out. But then the tour ended abruptly. Is there any news on that? I mean, I know it's been out there, but what happened? Why did the tour end earlier than it was supposed to?
Yeah, the lead singer of Bullet for My Valentine didn't want to tour as a co-headliner anymore, and that's totally fine. Trivium pivoted, and now we've got an awesome November-December headliner in the works.
Cool.
And that's with Ginger and Harrowit. And then also you can check out Trivium in the UK and Europe. They're playing Bloodstock Festival August 8th. And then also we've got some headline dates in Europe, and then they finish at Motor Culture in France. So Trivium has a busy schedule despite the pivot, and that's totally okay for us. And then they'll be doing all kinds of stuff coming up. So.
Any other tours that our listeners don't know about yet that we can talk about, or they all are confidential until they're announced? Probably.
Oh, I signed an NDA, and that means
Okay.
a non-disclosure agreement.
But
if you go see Trivium on August 8th, they'll tell you everything live.
Okay, awesome. All right, Jenny, we're going to play Amon Amarth first. I want you to be the DJ. Have you DJ'd on radio before?
No, it's the first time.
First time. All right, first time. I'm putting you on the spot. I didn't tell you ahead of time.
Okay.
I should have warned you. But second song is Trivium. We got that set up. But you're going to announce the first song, Amon Amarth. Great to meet you, and we'll stay in touch. Thanks for Nickel Sack Jack for setting up this interview, and thanks to you, Jenny, for calling in on your busy schedule. You're the DJ. Take it away.
No problem. This is Amon Amarth's newest single, We Rule the Waves.
On Rebel Radio. Great job.
Thank you.
Talk to you soon.
Okay, bye.
Bye. It's Rebel Radio, Amon Amarth, on the hardest station in the nation, FM 92.5, streaming everywhere at rebelradio.com. Thanks, Jenny.
Thank you so much. Bye.
I'll stay in touch. Bye. All right, so Amon Amarth is on Metal Blade Records, and if I play this song with the vocals, we're going to lose the video here. So I want the video up. But this is Amon Amarth, their latest video here. If you've seen them in Chicago, or actually if you see them in Tinley Park last Saturday, on stage, they had a couple guys fighting on stage with swords. Amon Amarth here on Rebel Radio. Brand new song. Thanks to Jenny for picking that song. She got a good music taste. It looks like I'm watching a TV episode of the Vikings show. So once the lyrics come in, unfortunately, Facebook will take our video down. So we can't do that. Another cool video from Amon Amarth. We'll play Trivium next. They're also on 5B Artist Management as well. I'm Scott Davidson. Thank you so much for watching this interview. Thanks to Nickel Sack Jack for setting it up. Thanks to Jenny Douglas from 5B Artist Management for calling in. Have a great Thursday. See you later. This is Amon Amarth. Brand new song. We Rule the Waves. Name of the song. Check it out. Some great scenery there. It's Rebel Radio. Scott Davidson hanging out on a Thursday. This is Amon Amarth. All right, thanks again for listening. Watch this interview. We got more coming. Gwar next Tuesday. Interview right here, Rebel Radio with Gwar next Tuesday. Working on a bunch of other big ones too. Here is Amon Amarth on Rebel Radio. Have a great Thursday. Later.